Hello Blunderheads! In this short video I'm going to talk about noise reduction in cycles using the multiple important sample option here, and it's my resolution setting, which you can find in the cycles world tab. Once you set your render engine to cycles up here, go to the world tab, and you might have to expand this, and then you will see the multiple important sample option here. And I'm fairly certain that this has been mentioned in a bunch of tutorials out there before, but I thought making a quick tip and going a tiny bit more in depth on this topic might save you some time and maybe some frustration if you are new to cycles and have some noise problems going on. So let me demonstrate what I'm talking about in this simple scene setup here. As you can see, there isn't a whole lot going on. We have a camera, we have a bottom plane, my old floppy disk model, and I'm using a HDR environment texture, a free one I got from the net, just to illuminate this scene and to get some reflectiveness going on the glossy materials. So let's actually have a look at the material nodes real quick. So that this is the plane, it's just a glossy shader. I gave it some color and it uses 0.015 roughness, and the disk thingy here at the top, it uses 0.01 roughness, also just a glossy shader with some color. And the floppy disk itself, it uses a diffuse shader. There is no roughness at all, and a single UV texture here. Might also want to have a quick look at the render settings. So I'm using GPU compute. I'm having my sampling, the previous samples I set to 0 to have the infinite render in the viewport, and my final result will be at 1500 samples. Also, the light path is that this is the direct light presets pretty much, except for no caustics. I don't have that checked, so I got some caustics, and the render will go fairly quickly. Anyway, back to the world tab. So this is my setup. For the scene, let's go into camera view. I'm gonna press Shift Z, and as we can see, the render starts. The glossy materials look pretty okay, pretty good actually, and the diffuse material, or the diffuse object using the diffuse material, the diffuse shader, looks pretty horrible, having a lot of noise going on. So if I wouldn't know about the multiple important sample option, I would probably go and increase the sample size here from 1500 or the sample amount from 1.5k to something like 5k, maybe 10k, and hope that it works. But it probably wouldn't give me the result I want in the end anyway. So we are above 1k now, and it's still really noisy, really horrible. And the multiple importance sample option enabled now will give us pretty much the same result, because the map resolution is so tiny. And my guess is they set it to 256 so that it doesn't have a big impact on your machine as soon as you enable that and try to render. But that doesn't do much for me in this scene, as you can see. So just let me demonstrate you what happens if I increase it to 512. It's still pretty noisy, a little bit better from the start, and if we would reach 1k, it would probably look a lot more decent than before. Probably still not as decent as we would want it to. So let's go up to 1024. And the more I increase this, as the tooltip states, at the cost of memory and speed, that will have an impact on my machine. And personally, on this computer, I found out that the max I can set it to is 2048 before I notice a really big impact on my system. But we can see at 1024 we are at 500 sample. It looks a lot nicer already. Not 100%, but it's already really good looking, and maybe we could even get away with this at 1500 path tracing samples. But anyway, I'm gonna increase it one last time to 2048, and we can see right from the start it looks pretty good. And we probably don't even need like 200 samples, and yeah, it's already starting to look really nice. So 1500 path tracing samples should be more than enough for this now. Let's stop the viewport render, disable this, and do a real render. We have 45 tiles. I set it to 800 here. Alright. So this is the noisy version Nobody wants that. Let's enable multiple importance sample 2048. Give it a render again. Oh, maybe just for the fun of it, give it some ambient occlusion as well. Might take a little bit longer, but whatever. And here we go. Bam! Instant. Looks good, right? And it's 1.5K samples now. I don't need to go higher than that. It is pretty much as clean as it gets, I guess. And I could quality-wise use that as my final image result now. So if you were looking how to remove noise from your diffuse objects and you were kinda getting frustrated maybe because you started to use cycles and you didn't know about the multiple importance sample, well, now you do, and you can hopefully get a lot cleaner results in a shorter amount of time. And I don't think I'm gonna let this render till the end. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to share, and I'm probably gonna release more content again soon, more Blender content, so if you are interested in that, you might consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. But anyway, that's it from me for now, and thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.